Hello and welcome back to your one and only source. We're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
My name is Caroline, and I just want you all to know Phoebe and I just had like an animated conversation for a while, and then Phoebe gets on here and is like, okay, now I have to be a lawyer. My name is Phoebe.
We spoke for almost an hour.
Barbara Walters, chill. I know. I got on. I was like, I think I only have like 45 good minutes left of me. And Phoebe's like, well, we have to actually some stuff to talk about first. So let's use them up here.
We did.
So who knows what you're going to
get. Important stuff to talk about.
Before we start anything at all, I want to say a few words that you all are going to need to say every morning when you wake up. And they are these. Clyde Hive roll call. I'm Caroline. I love him. I used to hate him. But now I love him. Just kidding. Yeah, guys, it's true. My best friend Clyde is on the Emmy award-winning television show hosted by Alan Cumming, The Traitors. Bitch, that's crazy. God, it feels good to say that. Oh my God, guys, it feels good to get that off my chest.
I feel like the Drew Barrymore meme when she's smiling in the rain.
No, that's how I felt since Wednesday morning.
Guys, I have a mutual with Alan Cumming.
Yeah, guys, isn't this crazy?
My answer. Go ahead.
Alan Cumming follows Clyde on Instagram. And as of now, he does not follow any of the other cast members of the Traitors.
True?
From the Yes. Yes. And he requested to follow Clyde when Clyde was private. And Clyde couldn't accept it because they had to be very mum's the word. And then when he went public on Wednesday morning at 8 a.m., when the Entertainment Weekly announcement came out, by the way, Clyde's in Deadline. Are you kidding me? When that all happened, he went public and all of his follower requests got accepted. And he had some because there was a leak a little while ago. And don't know how that person got that information, but
I
whatever.
hope they were arrested. I, for one, hope they were arrested.
I hope they were arrested. And just so you guys know, it was not me. It was not me who did the leak. I wouldn't have known all the people. I wouldn't have. But at that point, Clyde started getting like a lot of follow requests and obviously couldn't accept any of them. But then he went public. And so when he went public, Alan Cumming's follow request immediately was accepted. And then Clyde was talking to his friends in their Traitors group chat. And someone was like, when is Alan going to follow us or something? And Clyde goes, oh, he follows me. And they were like, of fucking course he follows you. Like, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't follow any of them. So,
teacher's pet, it seems.
I mean, for real.
Guys, listen, this is obviously so exciting for Caroline.
Yeah.
But
it's also so exciting for you. And it's also so exciting for everybody.
No, this is what I was about to say, is that, as everybody here on the podcast knows, Alan Cumming is my answer for, if you could have dinner with anybody dead or alive, who would it be? My answer.
Phoebe was at Dean Barraby's Yale party. That would have been her answer.
Alan Cumming, and for like years now, he's been my answer.
Yeah. I have two Alan Cumming trading cards in my car right now. I always have him with me, so he's watching me. Okay?
I watch
Floop is a madman. Help us save us, anyone?
I watch the Cabaret bootleg from the 90s probably once a month.
No, and here's the other thing, like, he could have been on any reality television show, and it would have been like the most exciting thing that could have ever happened. But the fact that Alan Cumming hosted it, and he is like,
so it's like, can you imagine
basis with him?
Can you imagine anybody of your friends or my friends to get to go on a show where Alan Cumming is hosting? Like, a better option?
I mean, no, I know. I mean, that, and like, that is,
I could have told you that he was going to be only following Clyde.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes perfect sense.
I want to tell you guys things, but here's the deal. Well, I'm not going to tell, like, I don't know anything that I could tell you that, like, would spoil anything. I just want to talk about, like, Clyde's experience. And it was, like, a long process to get there. And, but here's the thing. Clyde's going to come on the pod, y'all. Like, Clyde is my baby. He's not going to come on tonight because I do have to write, like, a little proposal. But I guess more stuff's going to come out next week. So I'm like, fingers fucking crossed for a trailer. I'm actually going to shit my pants.
Guys, Caroline is going to watch it. It's going to be like some people read their Bible when they wake up when they go to sleep. That's going to be Caroline with the Traitors trailer.
Literally, there's going to be a before times and after times from when I get to see the trailer, just like there was for when I saw his cast portrait. Can we talk about his fucking portrait?
It's perfect. He looks so good in it.
So good.
And I like his hats.
So
I'm excited
good
for the hats.
Yeah, the hats you're gonna be seeing a lot of. And like those are the things I want him to talk about. Like I want him to talk about whatever he can. I don't know what he can talk about, but he is down to come on. And I was like, honestly, Clyde, like we just want to talk to you about you because here's the thing.
He's never been on.
It's not gonna be like somebody else talking to you and getting to know you. Like we're gonna like immediately be having a kiki and laughing and talking about like memories. And the other thing that's cool is like a lot of you guys message and we're like, oh my God, my close personal friend Clyde is on the Traitors because like you guys feel like you know him because I've talked about him so much. So you should probably go back and control F his name in all of our episodes and gather your tea. Okay? Go gather it.
If that's possible to control F anything, please let me know.
Yeah, like it's so exciting. I cannot believe it. So the season premieres on September 17th. So we only have to wait like a month. And it's just like, I was like, Clyde, your life is going to be very different. Like he's a high school theater teacher. And what's really neat is his like principal is so excited. The principal shared his photo and then like the school that he teaches at shared it. And then Charleston County School District shared it. And people are sharing it in Charleston group, like Facebook groups, like Mom Charleston Facebook are saying like, how cool is this? And like the city of Charleston posted it. Like
that's the thing. Where you keep seeing these comments that are like, oh, and in all influencer season. I'm like, I'm looking at these people. A couple of them have like a decent following, but like none of them are influencers by any means.
Well, like I think some of them are,
but they're not like actual.
There are two that are like have like 1 million followers, and they are like that's what they do. So that there are, but it doesn't really matter because here's the other thing: being an influencer in today's world, it's hard to get there, but it doesn't make you a celebrity. Like there are 1 million influencers that you see every day on your TikTok that you know really well and that a ton of people would know that I don't have any idea who they are. So the fact of the matter is it's like they're not like an Alex Earl. They're not like a famous person. They just have a master following.
They groom dogs.
They're still regular people.
Or they like
civilians, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I am so excited to watch this. I feel like I need to like take a sabbatical. Like I need to be boots on the ground. I need to be making fan edits every day, obviously. I need to be scouring Reddit, Twitter, and I need to be screenshotting things that I think Clyde should see in a positive way, compliments about how hot he is, how good he is at the game, how much everybody wants to be friends with him. And then anybody that says one negative thing, I need to take them down in the most painful possible way. So like I'm gonna be busy for the next couple months.
Yeah,
all right?
Any
just
burner accounts with the initials like WR.
Hey, why use a WR?
I don't know.
What is that? What is that?
Use your brain and don't use your brain out loud. Who are our ops right now?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I believe I told you before we got on that I don't have much brain function right now.
I know, but okay.
And now you're asking me to use it.
Hey, you not having much brain function is still more than the average. So,
whoa.
I figured you would know some initials.
Do not cut that out of the episode. Do not cut that out of the episode. I love to hear that. I
was afraid you were going to make me cut all of that out of the episode. So,
all of what? Oh no, I don't give a. Babe, I don't care.
Perfect.
I don't care. Just so you guys know, like if you're one of my ops, I will very publicly, like wear that as a badge of honor because, like not for you, like I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to have ops. I'm like, first of all, haters make you famous, and that has been proven. And number two, like, okay, like you don't like me. I promise I don't like you more, babe. Like, and I will I will make you know it, and that's okay. And that's what kills me about my ops is they actually know that about me. A lot of my ops have had experiences with me that have proven that, and then how soon we forget, like I live in a different state than you, and you just think you're off the hook.
They think they can take you down?
Oh, I'm gonna come when you least expect it, dude. And you picked a bad week to be an op.
Oh, you felt so
Not
smart.
Not that you chose this week.
You felt so smart, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You felt I'm really gonna get them this time.
And then guess what? Clyde was announced on the Traitors, and I bet you felt stupid as fuck. I just think like this show is so big, and I hope that the civilian season gets the same reception. But I want you guys to know that like your one and only source is a Clyde Stan pod, and if you have questions for Clyde, let me know because your lips to God's ears, I will ask him. And Clyde is like so excited by the idea of coming on the pod and like talking about it. And what I would love, my dream, and I'm saying it here for us all to hear. My dream is that every week we can talk about Traitors and he'll come on at the end of the episode and just talk a little bit about that episode. Wouldn't that be so epic?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Clyde, every podcast is going to be banging down your door. And I was like, and I need to warn you about Vial Files because I know you don't listen. But you got to be careful. I was like, we're going to need a prep meeting before that one. Because I was like, because they're going to call. They're going to. Right? Because they already talked about Traitors, they're trying to get, the only reason I think the Vial Files is still afloat is because of their guests.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Their ratings are so low. They weren't in the top highest paid podcasters. Half of their episodes don't have the, million plays next to it, like Giggly Squad does.
And hey, by the way, Nick, if you're listening, we know we don't have any of that. However, we don't claim
better reviews than he does.
We don't claim to be an empire like you.
No, we're it's called building. Ever heard of it? and by the way, Rome wasn't built in a day. So, but he the comments on his episodes are atrocious and dare I say vile. I mean that in a positive way. Because everybody's right. And he's just like, I don't read the comments. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe you should. I'm in full support. I told Clyde, I was like, I know in the beginning it's going to be impossible and you're going to look at everything. And I was like, if I can teach you anything from my run-in with fame and fortune, when Christy Carlson Romano put me at the top of her hit list, which by the way, that video of her saying, okay, let's talk about the difference between me and Anne Hathaway. Yes, there are differences. Yes, you guys. Okay, guys, wait, first things first. No, I'm not Anne Hathaway. I saw the Odyssey and I was like, the one thing this is missing is CCR.
Christy Carlson Romano.
She, if only I had Kim Possible in this movie instead of freaking Anne Hathaway. Can we get a real actress on the screen?
There is someone somewhere in the Midwest who's like, Christy Carlson Romano should have had the career that Anne Hathaway has.
And her name is Annalise Vanderpool.
Every time they see Anne Hathaway, they say, should have been Christy Carlson Romano.
I'm like, give me a break, diva. Anyway, but when all that was going on and I had a little bit of an experience of definitely scaled down to what Clyde's going to experience, but a little bit of okay, you get lost in the comments and then you read a million nice ones and then you read a couple that you actually see in your brain.
It's with our reviews.
Your eyes. Yeah. I was like, Clyde, I have a really hard time being misunderstood. And it's when someone says something about me and they're incorrect, I really want to explain it and I really want them to understand. But the truth is they're not going to understand. And half the time they're only commenting something for attention, because if you see it and respond, most times when you see nasty comments that someone has responded to, they're like, oh my God, I totally didn't mean that. Hey girl, it's okay, you were just trying to get attention. So I was you just have to be okay with being misunderstood, and that's going to take a minute. But everyone says, just do not read them. And I think once it starts to get in your head, you have to just I was like, let me do it. I will read them. I will show you the highlight clips, and that's all you need to know. I will show you.
And if you see something constructive in there, I'll show them.
I'll show you.
That's what we're saying about Nick. It's Nick, you could use some constructive.
Yes, criticism. But also the thing about Clyde, is okay, so we're all going to be watching him in the Traitors. Nick could course correct, right? If you were to read his comments, he could be okay, I'm going to act better in the next episode because I'm reading this constructive criticism and this feedback and I, am understanding it. Clyde's not going to have that opportunity because it's already filmed. You know what I mean? So there's not going to be any oh, well, okay, next episode, I will take that to heart. But also, it's like, none of you, like, shut the fuck up, all of you. Clyde said it's the hardest thing he's ever done in his life. And I am not going to have any tolerance for people who are mean to him. But of course, there are going to be people who are mean.
Maybe he should take a page out of Haley Dog's book. She said that when she gets out of the house, she's not Haley from Big Brother, everybody. She's not going to read any of the comments. She is going to ask ChatGPT what everybody thought of her.
And you know what? We really did clock her. We really clocked her because I could have told you that. I could have guessed that from the moment she opened her mouth.
She's going to ask the sycophantic chatbot what
she's gonna waste all of our water, by the way.
It's gonna be like
to say
ChatGPT
what do people say
like,
about me.
Here are 100 negative things that were said about you, and here are 10 reasons. These are good things. Here are 10 reasons. No,
here's what's gonna happen.
These are actually positives.
Chat is gonna be like, so I have searched the entire internet, including the dark web, in 0.022 seconds. I haven't found one good thing. I have not found one thing you're gonna want to read, girl. So
no, but what I'm saying is ChatGPT is so like.
No, I know, but like I'm just saying, like,
anything.
Girl, like you're not gonna. There's nothing. You're gonna want them to whittle it down.
Safe.
It's crazy. I also just want to say, so Clyde is definitely coming on the podcast like soon, maybe next week. So if you do have any questions for him or whatever, but also like we're gonna talk about like us, and I mean, in case you aren't really familiar with Clyde, you're probably familiar with like the bombshells as a concept. And Clyde is the bombshell of the blonde bombshells. And we've been best friends for like almost 10 years. And before that, we were frenemies. And we would have moments where like we really didn't like each other at first. Well, he says that we did, but we didn't. And then like we like littered throughout, because we didn't really become friends until senior year of college, which is crazy. Littered throughout our whole college experience, we'd have like magical evenings together and then like not speak for months or like hate each other again. Like we have had some crazy memories, and it's like when I remember actually like on the calendar when it happened, I'm like, that can't be right. Like, because we actively were not friends at that time, and yet we have this like, and so it's like the universe always knew that like we were, and they were just like waiting for the right time. You know what I mean? Like, and then when it was all meant to happen, it did, and it happened at the exact right time, and we have ascended to a different level of friendship that a lot of people aspire to, and good luck, good luck. But he's now on the Traitors, which we always knew. I mean, I'm like, if anyone was ever going to be on the Traitors, and fun fact about Clyde, he had a Post-it note on his computer for like the last year that said, I am going to be on the Traitors. And every day he'd wake up and he'd open his laptop and he would see it and he would say it out loud to himself. And look at that. And it's like, he's watched every single season of the Traitors, like every, like the UK, like every different whatever. And he is like an encyclopedia. And I just can't wait to see how he plays the game. I can't wait to see if he's up in that turret, if he isn't. I can't wait. I mean, all of it. Like, I'm going to like have to pause it every couple seconds to like catch my breath, take in what I just watched. Like, I mean, how fun is this fall about to be for us? And also on the podcast, because then guess what? I mean, I have a direct line. There are podcasts who are already in his DMs trying to grab him. I was like, yeah, get in line, babes. I don't even have to schedule it with him. I can just say, I'm calling you because I got your number. Yeah, I got your number. He's just like the best. I'm so excited. He is the perfect person to go on this show. I think he's going to really win everybody over. I think everyone is going to love him and see why I love him so much, why Phoebe loves him so much. And I just, as a final note on this, unless Phoebe has anything else to add, I just do want to say, if you guys don't think this just really increased my chances of getting on Big Brother, you're crazy. Okay?
And guys, I'm at a point where I'm gonna stop saying ideas that I have for Caroline's strategy on the pod, like, because people could be listening, but like,
oh yeah,
I've been sending Caroline my ideas for her that she has to start working on now.
She's been sending me like these crazy workout plans.
Because if you
like, get Caroline, your legs ready to go,
Caroline, in a year you could have already been in the house for 5 weeks.
I know.
Anyway, so let's start talking about Big Brother.
Next year, I am going on Big Brother.
Yeah.
I didn't apply this year. That's why I wasn't on. And you want to know why? Because Haley and I would have gotten physical quickly. And violent. Sorry, I don't mean like in a sexual way. But we would have gotten physical. And really, I would have won. And I would have been kicked out of the house, but it's okay. And Lyric would have really sent me into like a whole spiral. And you want to know something else? Just a quick sidebar. And like, there's nothing funny about the Lindsay Clancy trial. So like, I'm not making light of it in any way. I have obviously been in court all week. I've had it up on live the entire day while I'm working. I take recesses when they take recesses, of course, but I have been clocked in. Okay, so ask me anything, I know. And I have my theories, of course, and they're right. Anyway, but what I do want to say is there was this fucking guy he's like a police officer, but he works in like cybersecurity. He's a police, okay, and he works in cybersecurity, and so his job is to like go through all the texts and go through all the everything and the searches and all that stuff. And it's what is so interesting is he conveniently didn't realize that half of these crazy searches that happen, like, I don't know, can you remove airbags from a Kia Sorento, which is, by the way, the car Lindsay drives? Those searches, he just saw them and was like, oh, it's Lindsay who did it. Well, guess what? She was at a doctor's appointment with the kid at the exact time that they were happening, and they were happening on a Surface Pro. And it was when Patrick had logged into Lindsay's Facebook on his profile that was under his email. Like he had like Google Chrome or whatever, logged into his shit and then did all these searches. And they were like, it must be Lindsay. They just never even thought like it was Lindsay. Like, did she have access to it? Anyway, interesting. But really one of my biggest qualms with this guy, I would say, is his breathing.
Caroline, that's where I knew you were going. Because when you started talking about this, I almost said, is this the booger whistle?
Holy fuck. And you want to know something else that's awesome is I was like so validated because I was like, I gotta look at because I was watching on like the TikTok live broadcast, like CNN or whatever. And you can see comments and I usually hide them, but every so often I'd be like, I gotta see if anyone else is saying shit about this or if I'm just in, like, I have no tolerance. And I go and look and everybody's like, can he move the fucking mic away from his nose? They're like, oh my God, he needs to go to an ENT. Oh my God, the man can't breathe. He needs a CPAP. Why does his breath sound like that? People who I can tell don't have misophonia and don't have an issue with it and don't wear loops are like, wait, why does it sound like that? And I'm like,
you know it's bad because it's like, we know that's just how some people breathe and they're like, something must be wrong.
Yes. No, literally. Most of the time, like, I kept being like, oh my God. Like, I was like borderline going to turn it off. But again, I was in court, so I couldn't.
The breathing into the microphone is like how we hear breathing all the time from everybody.
Yes.
It reminded me of, Mom and I went to go see Lincoln, the movie with Daniel Day-Lewis, one of his last roles, I think. And like, this was a decade ago, probably.
Now, was it one of his last roles because he's a method actor and he played Abraham Lincoln? Just joshing.
That made me laugh.
What else was new?
It was in the old Galleria, I think. Okay. Or I think it had.
There's not a new one, by the way.
No, the old Galleria movie theater when you were in like the small seats.
I press my case. It's basically the same. Have you been there in a while?
Yeah, but
it's like the worst movie going experience you can imagine.
No. But the seats were like the high school auditorium seats.
Oh, they're still that, Phoebe.
No, they're not.
They redid the concept. Phoebe, I was there recently.
But they don't even recline. No, they don't recline. But they're not. They used to be like even smaller than the ones that are currently in the AMC in South Hills. And they had that like velvet kind of material on them.
Okay.
Caroline, I promise you.
I don't care, okay.
Well, you did care a second ago.
Can you go on with it? Because again, we're running out of brain function.
But this is just important because there was nothing separating our heads from the person behind us. The person behind us is leaned forward on the armchair of his seat, and our heads are back. So basically his head is in my ear. He was whistle breathing. So, and this is like, by the way, a silent movie, basically. It may as well be.
And this is pre-loops, pre the invention of loops.
Mom is tolerant. Mom and I left.
Oh, because let's be clear.
Because of his breathing.
Mom is not mistolerant.
No, but
Mom
she likes to say that to us.
Everything we know about being intolerant.
But now she likes to throw it back on us.
Which is hilarious. I'm like,
you guys are so intolerant. You guys are so intolerant. You
raised me. You guys used to be like if I put my elbow on the table at dinner in our home,
I was like shocked.
Go open the etiquette book. Go open the etiquette book. You know, it was like if you chewed with your mouth, Dad, my father is telling me to chew with my mouth shut. Yeah, you could say I learned about hypocrisy from an early fucking age.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind fuck in there.
Holy shit. I'm just like, let's be clear about half the things that I find annoying are because I'm like, oh, my mom used to be so annoyed by that now I am just by default annoyed by it. But now me being annoyed by it makes me look like a bitch. And I'm like,
saying,
but she wasn't a bitch when she was always annoyed.
Excuse me instead of huh?
Oh my God. Mom used to be like, I mean, I don't think I've ever said huh, but she does. Huh? If I did say huh, whacked probably. I mean, she didn't hit us, but metaphorically, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have risked it.
If
I've ever said, the best is at your graduation when I had, I guess, started saying this new thing, this new vocal stim that she hated, which was, what'd you say? I said that to her a few times when I didn't hear what she said. And I was like, what'd you say? She goes, hey, I just want to let you know. Sounds really rude when you say that.
It's huh, actually, these days.
I was like, it does. And at this point, by the way, I'm like a full grown adult. And I'm like, okay, really? And really? She's like, yeah, I mean, it sounds really rude. Really rude. I was like, okay. So now every time I'm sorry, excuse me? I have to talk to her like I'm talking to a fucking teacher sometimes. Not really. I did get a really sweet thank you note from her in the mail this week because of her birthday. We did a bunch of fun stuff.
Me too.
And, okay.
I painted her a whole T-Rex.
A whole T-Rex. This big. But anyway, and I
bought her a bag and a koozie.
Okay, anyway. Anyway, can I have a spotlight for a second?
I'm just saying.
Shit. Anyway, in her thank you note to me, I wonder if she said this to you. At the end of it,
we compare them, they're identical.
No, there's no way. At the end of it, she says something about how much she loves me and loves spending time with me and is so lucky and that I'm such a good voice of reason for her. Did you hear that? And then at the end, she goes, and I'm so lucky that I get to have you as a friend. And then in parentheses, she wrote, that's right. I said friend. Mom famously used to be like, I am not your friend. I am your mother. You don't need friends. You need a mother. And so I literally almost fell out of my chair when I read that. I was like, wait a minute, but wait.
Someone has my mom kidnapped.
My mom or just my friend?
Someone has my mom kidnapped.
I was like, okay, I'm concerned. If it wasn't her obvious handwriting, yeah, I would have called the police. But yeah, so did she call you her friend? No, I don't
think so. But she did thank me for being there for her and always sticking up for her.
Okay, well, let's definitely send pictures of the cards and make sure that that she didn't just write on one card with really heavy ink, so it would just bleed through, so that both of our cards are the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying?
My card on the outside said, "You are a really awesome human."
My card has a photo of a woman whose head's popping off. Not kidding. Hang on. Well, sorry. It's more of a mind blow. That's what I would probably call it. It's like a mind blow.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, here. Would you say that's what I described?
Why does that look like Anne?
I was like, what is this going to be? What is this card I'm about to open? It's from Trader Joe's, by the way. It's crazy. And then she
Mine
said...
is from there, too.
She said...
Which makes it even funnier for her to be...
Mind officially blown. I bet she chose it because she knew she was going to call me her friend.
Thinking
and she knew it would blow my mind.
Her at the Trader Joe's, going through all the greeting cards, picking which ones she wanted for each of us.
Yeah, and yours was a little bit different than mine, which is weird. Mine was, as I said, a picture of a woman with her head popping off or exploding. It looks nuclear.
Her mind blowing.
To be clear, it does look nuclear. Anyway, okay, so that's all we're gonna say about the Traitors and the Lindsay Clancy trial. If you want to talk about it more, let me know. Of course, I'm locked in. I've again been in court. I'm so happy we don't have to go tomorrow.
Caroline needs to be in a group message with Lisa Rinna and Molly Shannon, who are also apparently Molly Shannon.
And you know what? Let's get Big Red in there too.
Molly Shannon was apparently stopping people at her coffee shop to talk about the trial.
I should have been there. That should be me with her talking about the trial. I mean, oh my God, dream blunt rotation. Me, Molly Shannon, Lisa Rinna. And what do we have on the table? And Big Red. Reddington, the lawyer, the defense lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Who, honestly, I'm like, it's as if our father was a lawyer. And I would be sobbing if I had to answer one question from this man. One question. Like, I would be crying. He is so... Ooh, it was awesome when Tufts, the horrible psychiatrist, was like, I don't care what it says. I know what I meant about her, what she wrote about a medical session she had with Lindsay Clancy, where she wrote something that was, I guess, misinterpreted, but it was written, that way, and you should be more careful. So anyway, she was like, no, I don't care what it says. I know what I meant. And he goes, okay, but we can both agree it's what it says. And she goes, that is what it says, but your interpretation is incorrect. And he smiles, walks away, and goes, as opposed to yours? No more questions. Sits down.
Guys, we should not be laughing. We should not be laughing.
I'm sorry. It's not funny, but like that is awesome. Like he literally looks at her and goes, he's like, as opposed to yours? No more questions. Sits down. Like, I mean... He just like is then today the prosecution was like, and we'd like to call the priest that's been visiting Lindsay, we'd like to bring him in as a witness. We need to know what he's talking about. And the judge goes, okay, I'm not gonna ask the Roman Catholic priest to come in here and do that.
It's famously not really like allowed.
The judge goes, oh my God, you are not trying to get the priest, are you? And then Big Red goes, Father Bob. Is sitting in his chair. The judge goes, oh my God, you are not trying to get the priest, are you? And literally, Reddington, Father Bob.
Guys,
Father Bob.
I just had a future telling moment of like, what if we had 1 million followers and they're clipping us laughing about this trial?
We're not laughing at the trial. We're laughing at iconic moments from Big Red, who is, by the way, doing a really good job and likely going to win this trial and is a good person. And I would never laugh at anything that the scum of the earth prosecution lawyers are doing. They are actually going to hell. Like, whether or not Lindsay did it, they're going to hell. Because the way that they are conducting themselves in this courtroom is despicable, in my opinion.
I don't know enough about it, but
the judge would agree. Sure. Because you want to know something. That bitch shows up in court today, no bow. No bow. After yesterday, people had a field day about how nasty and cruel they were because they had one of the medical examiners come in on the stand, her witness, and basically asked her to explain, like, beat for beat, every injury on the kids, putting pictures up on the thing, all this shit that we already knew. It was unnecessary. None of it needed to be done. Lindsay is, I mean, it like hurts my heart to talk about the crying that was coming from her, the sobbing. It was unbelievable. It was so loud. I was like, wait, is that what's happening? She can't breathe. She's hyperventilating. She's crying so hard. And you hear her say, I can't do it. I can't do it. And the judge calls a recess. He's like, we need a break. And Lindsay's taken out. And then they have to come back in. And the prosecution continues doing it. And the crying continues. And she's like trying to hold it in. And she's just sobbing. And it's so whatever. And multiple times Big Red stands up and he's like, and the judge is like, okay, can we wrap this up? Like, I don't like the judge is like uncomfortable with what's happening. Because it's like, here's the thing. What we're trying to prove here is if she's criminally responsible, even if you
she's
believe
insane.
that yeah. And if you believe that she did it, okay. But this was not a woman who hated her children and hated being a mother. Like, I'm sorry. It's a woman who woke up and her entire life was ruined. And it not ruined because like she's gonna go to jail. She lost
ruined because she doesn't have
people
kids
that she loved. She has no family now. She's devastated by this. Like, if this is what she doesn't remember it, if it's what happened, you know, and that's but the prosecution's trying to prove that she does, and it was premeditated and all that. So whatever. So I understand like they have to prove their sides. I think Big Red has shown proven a lot of reasonable doubt. I would be floored if a jury is able to unanimously convict her. I would be absolutely floored. However, so like take all like other like theories out of it. Like that's the basis of it. And even if she did it and she was in this state of psychosis, like we can say like what a horrific tragedy this is and how awful it is. And like if she was not in psychosis, she was not dealing with all these things, like she's a total fucking monster. But I believe that she was. And I still am not totally sold that she did it at all. But if she did, I believe the circumstances were even darker than, you know, like she was really let down by the medical system, by her family, by everybody, you know, the police, like everybody. And so at the end of the day, whatever. So the prosecution is still asking the woman questions, and the medical examiner on the stand says something that contradicts something she said previously on the stand, and like another day. And it's about basically like how, like if somebody is strangled and then the strangulation stops for a minute, can that child come back, like be resuscitated, basically? So these are the things she's asking. And whatever the woman said, she said something different. And the lawyer, the prosecution is like, well, do you remember when you said this the other day, blah, blah, blah? And Big Red objects. And she's like, well, basically she tries to impeach her own witness. And the judge goes, hang on, this is your witness. This is your witness. Like and she goes, yeah, but I can impeach a witness who blah, blah. And he goes, this is enough. No more, like done. And ends it there. And he goes, can we sidebar, please? And like the judge seems like fed the fuck up. And that was yesterday. And today she comes in, no bow in her hair. And everyone online is talking about how like these women are like heartless monsters for like obviously like putting Lindsay
just feels like a little too much.
It was too much, and it was unnecessary. That's it. That's the real thing, is like it was completely unnecessary. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make,
and it doesn't seem like it's different. Like because the argument is whether partially whether she was lucid during it. It's not like they're trying to prosecute
they're not proving
someone
that.
Who, like,
they're basically breaking down
a traditional murder case where it's like this is a monster, where we want to show them what they did.
Exactly. It's like exactly. That's what I'm trying to say, and like I'm not being good at it, but it's like it's not like this is Ted Bundy. You know what I mean? Like it's not like this is someone who, if this is what happened, she is devastated by it. You know, like she wants to die. You know, she's not trying to escape her consequences. She wants to be with her babies. Like, you know, and it's really you can't fake that. She's also on heavy medication, so the fact that she had such an emotional reaction, like I'm just like, how can you, like, I don't know how they could contain it. Was uncomfortable. And then she comes in today and she's not wearing a bow, and it's the first time she hasn't been wearing a bow. And you know about the bows, right? You don't? Oh my god,
I really haven't been super locked in.
Okay, Cora, one of the babies, loved bows, and she wore a bow in her hair every single day. And the prosecution, this woman doesn't really strike me as a bow aficionado. I'll just say that. She has had a big ass fucking bow in her hair every single day.
That's just weird.
And a lot of people are speculating online that she's doing it to like taunt Lindsay, to make her uncomfortable, to make her constantly think about Cora, her firstborn, blah, blah, blah. And so like
that is an interesting coincidence.
And then today was the first day she hasn't worn one. Like, I mean, if you were to look at, she's worn the most ridiculous bows. Like, she'll like do like a half up, half down, and she'll have like a big old.
I need to like watch. I need to watch something on YouTube, like a 45-minute like deep dive.
You do, yeah. I mean, I can send you like the videos that I see because they'll break it down for you. But
I need something that's like all.
There's a podcast that I was listening to. And they have like a 7-part series on it. And it starts like at the beginning. So you can kind of like go through the whole journey of it if you're interested. I can't remember what the podcast is called right now, but I'll send it to you. I mean, it's just fascinating to me and it's really scary. And
well, it's scary to think about what, number one, what the human brain can do, but also what can happen even when you are asking for help.
Well, that really is it. Like, I mean,
these
if
doctors,
there's one
here's what
thing that Reddington has
like,
proven, it's that she was begging for fucking help. And like, what kills me is like, she's having all this trouble. Patrick Clancy's father is like, let me take the kids for a night. Let me take the kids, please. Like, let me help you guys out. Patrick goes, no.
That doesn't make sense. I remember
No help.
the beginning, I was kind of more locked in the beginning, and what I can't, and I'm not a doctor, obviously, but what I can't understand. Stop.
What?
Yes, guys, it's all been a ruse.
This is a medical podcast.
I just am like, if you have a patient who has a history of a certain line of prescriptions and she's coming to you with hallucinations, bad thoughts, voices in her head, why? And like, we have like slightly differing opinions on this, I think, but like, I do think this is a bit of a nod in the direction of some doctors are just over medicating people. And so like, why is we don't have a
difference in opinion on that. There are a lot of doctors out there who are just pill pushers 100%.
So like, why are we, instead of looking at her symptoms and her prescriptions, thinking, what if we just take a break for a second and see what happens when she's not
They did, I think, try that. They did, I think, try that. But like, there are things like, you know, one of the medications that she was prescribed is Seroquel, which can have a sedating effect. And she really, I mean, she was messaging her doctors on my chart all the time, like, hey, I'm taking this, I don't feel good. Hey, I'm really scared I'm going to get addicted to this. What should I do? You know, I really can't sleep, blah, 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 like all this stuff. And that's it. All the doctors like, no, she exhibited no signs of mania. She ran a 5K like a week after she gave birth or something, which is like not really allowed. But she was like, I just have to. Like, I have to go do it. Like, they tried to tell her not to. Like, her husband asked her not to. She did it anyway. That is excessive exercise. But also inability to sleep is a big part of mania, and a big part of, and they're arguing that like she was, perhaps there was a bipolar diagnosis that was missed or something like that. But she didn't sleep for like so long. And she was on all these I mean, she was on Valium, Ativan, all these things to help her sleep. She should have been knocked the fuck out, and she wasn't. Doesn't that tell you something? Like, she wasn't sleeping, and she's a nurse. She's being very honest about, you know, here's what I did. I took this. I actually took 2 last night. I'm really concerned about getting addicted to this. Like, can we taper me off of it? Can we, like, she was really involved in that. And so there was the drug Seroquel, which was found in her system when they got her. When she would stop a medication and start a new one, she would give her pills to Patrick to dispose of. So Seroquel, she was no longer taking. It was not in her Rolodex of medications at the time. But it was found in her system. And okay, we're like, well, if the argument is that she tried to kill herself with these pills, and like, that doesn't mean that, you know, she didn't have to be taking it for it to be in her system. However, the pills were not found in the house. There was no Seroquel in the house, but there was some in Patrick Clancy's car. Like, there was a pill bottle of Seroquel with pills in it in his car that he was allegedly taking dispose of.
Could she have gone into the car to get them if maybe she was addicted to them?
Well, I believe you don't get addicted to it. I mean, if she went to do that, it was to take it to crush up and kill herself. But it seems like she had a lot of pills that she could have taken to do that. The other thing is, from my opinion, she's a nurse. She would have
known how to do it.
She would have made sure it worked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, she would have been like, these are the pills I need. She wouldn't, and trigger warning right here for obviously like suicide attempts, but she would not have had to do the pills and the wrists and the neck and the jump. You know what I mean? Like, she would have known how to do it, and also she would have known there were a lot of things that were like, a nurse did this, a lot like that. And the other
Well,
thing
I
is,
saw
like,
a lot of people kind of scratching their heads at some of the Google searches too. Like, a nurse wouldn't have had
where's
to
the
Google.
carotid artery?
Yeah.
She would know that.
But
You know what I mean?
maybe again, and I'm just trying to play both sides because I know people on the internet are getting really upset with people right now trying to say that it wasn't her that did it. So playing devil's advocate, I guess if you are in that kind of hazy state where you are under all these drugs and you are going through seemingly some kind of psychosis or mania or something, those might be things that you don't remember and you do Google.
Except for that the Google searches were in like August, and she did this in January.
I suppose.
And the other thing that I'd like to say is, like, well, there are a couple things. I don't want to say too much that, like, could be I could have gotten wrong. But another thing about this is, like, from my opinion, if she had taken all these pills, right, and she was, like, in a fog, she was, like, not with it, she was loose, whatever. You're telling me she took all the pills, crushed them up, took all the pills, and then one by one carried her children downstairs and strangled them with a resistance band, which takes more effort. It's not like it has stretch to it. And it also, typically women don't strangle. That's typically not the method that they use because it requires a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Even with a child. And it's very personal and it takes
That's
more
what
time.
I was thinking. Yeah.
And so it's not something that typically women would choose. Now, again, I don't know. Who knows? But you're telling me she had the strength in her body after crushing up all, because also the thing is, I don't actually know. The thing about also crushing up pills, because people are like, well, why? She was a nurse. Why would she crush them up? Well, because allegedly they would work faster. Like, if you crush them up, the idea, I think, is that they work faster. So let's say she took a bunch of pills so that they would work fast. And then she had, 30 minutes to do this one by one.
All 3 kids.
And to the amount of time that it would take for each kit, whatever.
Something's
and then
off,
somehow
for sure.
She was able to do the cuts, move the bed, jump out the window, and her body temperature fell to 82 degrees, which would typically, I believe, take hours. And one of the children still had a heartbeat. So the idea is that, like, she would have had to just do that and then jump out.
Very fascinating.
There's no way her body temperature would be 82 degrees. If she, like, it does not add up. And I know it's, like, so fucked up, but, like, I think that it's a stretch to say that she would have even been able to do all of that if she had taken all these pills and was fucked up and was sedated and had Seroquel and all these things in her system.
Could she have taken the drugs after she did it?
I guess she could have. I don't know what happened first, but regardless, she had a 55-minute window to do all of this. It's a lot to do.
It's very short.
It's a lot to do.
I think we should just close it with one caveat so that people don't get super mad at us, which is
we're not lawyers.
We do know that she admitted to it and that she's pleading not guilty by reason of insanity, and that the prosecution is not currently trying to prove that anybody other than her did it. They're trying to say that she did it and she's insane. And that's why she did it.
No, the prosecution is trying to prove that she did it and she's not insane.
No, that's what I mean. Sorry. The defense
you're saying,
is trying to say that she did it.
They're not trying to prove that she did it. They're not trying to prove that she did it. They are saying, they are not outright saying that she did this. They are saying that.
But she's pleading not guilty by reason of insanity.
She's pleading not guilty.
No, by reason of insanity, though, right?
That's their argument, but she's pleading not guilty. It's like, apparently in, like, Massachusetts law or something, there's, like, something where, like, there's something with, I was reading about this. I don't know. I also, I don't want to say something wrong, so I'm not going to say it, but I'll tell you all when we're off.
I just wanted it to,
her confession may not be admissible.
Yes, and I understand that, and I'm not necessarily saying this because this is what I think, but this is every answer in the comment to someone who has a differing opinion to what someone else thinks. I just want it to be clear that, like, obviously we don't know what happened, and if she did do it and she knew what she was doing, it's like one of the most despicable things that anybody
she should
could do.
Rot in fucking hell. I personally will tell you right now,
it's not adding up to me.
It's not adding up to me. There are a million things I didn't say here that I also believe. And at the end of the day, all her lawyer has to do is create reasonable doubt. That's it. He doesn't have to prove anybody else did it. He doesn't even have to make the jury 100% believe that she did it out of insanity. All he has to do is get it so that they can't get a unanimous jury conviction, which I would say if I were on that jury, I will be floored if the jury comes back after the trial that I have been watching. And the defense, I think that they present their case next week and that their witnesses come to the stand next week. We've got friends of Lindsay coming in. We have more therapists. We have his private investigator. We have Dr. Zeisel, who famously, it was, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, it was their phone. Like Lindsay and Dr. Zeisel were alone in the hospital room, and Dr. Zeisel went in and gave her his or her phone, and she called Patrick on their phone and said, I heard voices telling me to do it. And what we found out today in court, I believe, is that, it might have been yesterday, that this was a theory that they had worked out prior to Lindsay making that call. The police and Patrick had gotten together and talked about maybe that's what she should do to try to get a, I'm insane plea. So Dr. Zeisel went to the hospital. Reddington was like, I couldn't even get in to see her there, but somehow Dr. Zeisel got in there, and they were alone in there. There were no cops. There was no one in there, and the door was allegedly either shut or half open. And Lindsay was told to make that call and say those words, and she did. So, like, that was a massive moment in the case for, like, yesterday or today, whenever that happened. People were like, what? And then he was like, so yes or no? That was a theory you guys had discussed prior.
Massachusetts with the corrupt cops.
That's what people are saying. They're like, the Karen Reed trial exposed, like, that one area. Now this is exposing all of Massachusetts. Like, I mean, just like the guy who was like, oh, the Facebook. Oh, I didn't realize. Like, I was just saying it was Lindsay, but I don't actually know.
Yeah,
I didn't know she wasn't home. Well, so anyway, it's a really fascinating case, and I will say,
and it's a tragic one.
It's horrifically tragic, and at the end of the day, like, there's all this fanfare and all these people are talking about this, and it's a hot topic right now. But at the end of the day, 3 children lost their lives, and it's devastating and horrific.
It ruined 2 parents' lives also.
And however it happened, at the end of the day, like, that is. We all need to remember, like, and that is also why I think the prosecution has been a bit disrespectful in their approach of this, because let these kids have, like, a shred of dignity too. You know what I mean? Like, the things that were spoken about, it's horrific. They're children. And if you don't have to share certain things, if you don't have to do certain things, then you shouldn't, because it's just like, but they're floundering. They have nothing. So they're like throwing everything. I mean, they're trying to get the fucking Father Bob. They're trying to get the priest out there. Like, they know. And I think that's why she stopped wearing the bows.
Interesting.
And so, anyway.
Well, very quickly, on a lighthearted note.
I'm sorry.
We will talk about Big Brother. Sorry, Caroline, you got to hold it in for another 10 minutes because we promised we would talk about Big Brother.
No, it's fine. Good.
Chuck went home tonight, which actually, similarly to the house this week, I had a change in heart. When Haley was put on the block, I wanted Haley to go home so badly because I realized who Haley reminds me of.
Who?
Paige McCullers.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Paige DeSorbo, and I was like, okay, podcast is over. Okay, what is wrong with you?
No.
Wait, now that you say that, and let's be clear, bowl cut, coconut head Paige McCullers.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so with you. Yes.
Haley, who has had such a hard time in the house.
It is so funny when she's like, I honestly think the audience is going to pick me for the power of this because they can see, like, how I haven't had one single easy day in this house.
She's actively HOH.
And at that point, I'd never been on the block and was HOH. Like, bitch, it's like the victim mentality is crazy, and everyone hates you. And you know what is fun to see too? Some of these characters who, like, we all develop these thoughts about them because they're people digging into their past and finding all these things and likes and things like that. And so we develop our opinions about these characters. What's neat is to see the people inside the house who don't know any of that developing the same ideas, because that is genuinely who those people are, and they walk the walk and they talk the talk, in a bad way.
Like, I love, and I didn't expect to like Mallory and Melody as much as I do. I'm loving watching them, and I'm really liking the new alliance with Barrett and Drew. They're probably like my number 2 alliance, other than, I'm obviously
I like when Drew was like, he was talking to Kamu, he's like, I don't know, dude, like, I just pretty much believe women and men, like, are equals, but that's just me. Like, clock.
So basically, did you see Angela's blow up last night?
No, but I heard about it. I heard about it before it happened, like on feeds.
On feeds. Haley Angela is basically like overridden by guilt. Like, she is like feeling so guilty that she's lied to Haley so much. Because of her vote. Okay. So she goes and she admits to Haley that she voted for D, and Haley is pissed. And Haley, like, at first they like hug it out, they're fine. And then Haley comes back around and she goes, and you know what? I can't believe you did that, and you used it to shout out my family. Like, she can't get over the fact that Angela shouted out Haley's family on behalf of Haley when she voted for Lyric to leave.
Okay, but you probably ask her to, like.
So she did, but she was mad that it was like, how could you betray me like that and do that? And it's like,
you didn't ask me to be your child's godmother. Like,
it's a game. It's a game. Relax. Yeah. So Haley's all pissed, and then she kind of decides that, like, she really has to band together.
It's a game. Relax is going to be trending on Twitter when I am in that house. They're going to be like, hey, Caroline, it's a game. Relax. Hashtag it's a game. Relax. And you're going to be spearheading the campaign. But anyway, go
on. She decides to really solidify her alliance with Chuck and Kamu, even though Kamu has basically decided
because why? She's a guy's girl.
100%. And she's so nice. She's like, I don't know what I did to anybody in this house. I am so nice to everyone. She's like,
you know what? This completely proves what I already knew from the real world. I just do not get along with girls. I just do not. I'm like, I don't buy into their drama. I don't really care about like frilly things like that. Like, do you see what Melody and Mallory walking in the house wearing? I would never do that. Like, I would just never ask for attention like that. It's a punishment.
She wishes she could have that. But Kamu has basically already decided that he needs to align himself with a different alliance because Chuck and Haley are sinking fast. Which is smart. Yeah. Unfortunately, Kamu's a pretty good player.
The damage might be done, but like, yeah, he'll be able to save himself with his games. But
he saved him. I think by not using the veto yesterday, that was a big thing.
A shocking move because, again, as we're saying, guys, those were his friends on the block. And he won veto, and he could have used it and taken one of his friends off the block, and they would have had to put someone else up. And you know what he said? Now I want to see him go home.
Yes. So I think that was an easy way to accrue some trust with them.
Right.
And so Haley then, they're all in the gym talking about something. I can't remember exactly. And because at this point, Dee has come clean with Kamu about the vote and told Kamu that she has the power, which she was like, I don't know what made me do that, but something in me told me I needed to tell him, and so she did.
I feel like, you know what I bet it was, is I feel like
she wanted to gain his trust.
Well, that, and also like, it's
Devin
like
doesn't even know.
She's almost had it too easy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, not too easy, but she's like skated through this and she's really good at the game and whatever, and people are already thinking this, and then it's like, if she doesn't, so like, it is that moment of like, she kind of needed to make a mistake so that people were like, see, she's not that good at the game, she shouldn't have told me that, And
I think Chuck is the one who said, I don't even think Dee's that good at the game, which is hysterical.
And Chuck, it's hilarious to hear you say that from TikTok Live instead of the jury house.
Chuck, who said, if I was on the block, if I was HOH, I know exactly who I'd put on the block. Lyric. Lala goes, Lyric's not here.
Wait, and really quickly, round of applause for Lala winning the wall. She is the oldest contestant to ever win the wall.
And to beat Kamu, like, it couldn't have been better.
It how amazing. Like, I can't imagine how great that felt to her. And of course, I'm Googling, like, where can I practice the wall? And there surprisingly aren't that many places.
I was kind of thinking this might be one of the ones that you threw.
Oh, I'm going to throw it. But ideally, I'm outgoing HOH, and I don't even have to, like, go there.
Yes. Haley, the worst narrator on earth. Oh, boy. Here comes Bigfoot.
Oh, my God. It was painful watching the wall live and all her little things. I was like, this is painful. But I do think I would, like, try the wall for a little bit.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like Angela, like,
no,
pretend
like,
to be
I
on
think
for 30
I would, like,
seconds
see, but then if I immediately realize it's going to be, like, way worse than I thought.
Well, you better get off before you get wet.
Why?
Well, it's just like, you don't want to be sitting there all wet.
Here's the crazy thing, though, is, like, I want to experience it. Like,
yeah,
I know I won't be good at the wall unless I am. But I know that a bunch of my haters would say I'm not gonna be good at the wall. But I do feel like I at least want to be able to say, like, I don't want to be someone who leaves and then they're like, well, Angela, you actually can't speak on the wall challenge because you've never really done it. Like, you know. So it's like, I want to at least, like, I don't want to be the first one to fall off, but second or third is okay.
Yeah.
I want to at least get through some of the, like, not just the tilt, like, but the, like, the sliming and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So they're in the gym. Everybody's discussing something. And Haley goes, well, do you want to tell everybody what you told me on the balcony? And
probably not.
Angela's like, what? And Haley's like, well, when I said I think D orchestrated this whole thing, what did you say? And Angela's like,
fuck you, bitch.
She's like, what did I say?
That, like, is what she said.
And Haley goes, you told me, trust your gut. And that's when Angela goes, I did not say that, Haley. That is a fucking lie. That is a fucking lie. You bitch. That is you are a. That is a malevolent lie. What did she say?
I don't even know. She went in and then she goes to, like, Lala, I think, and she's like, and best part, they can't show that because I used a swear word every other word. So no one's ever gonna know.
Lala is carrying her out like someone being taken off of an airplane, and she's like, "That is a malicious lie, Haley. You are a fucking bitch." And you want to know what? Haley smirking the whole time.
She was right. Well, Haley's rage baiting her for sure because she was like, Angela's been keeping it in.
She was lying.
I know she's close.
For a second in that whole thing, I was like, is this Angela, like, putting on a performance? Like, did I miss her saying that? Angela didn't say that.
Oh, really?
And Haley said it in her confessional. She said, Angela didn't tell me to trust my gut.
I do kind of love when game players do that.
She's kind of like, it is. I wanted to ruin lunch that day, so I ruined lunch.
I kind of love that. Like, not for her, but, like, if it were anybody else, like, I just think it's like,
if Melody had done that to Haley,
yeah, I would have loved it. Like, here's the thing. It's such a bold move to be like, I'm telling a lie in front of the person who I'm saying said it. And what can you do about it? Like, I'm going to tell the lie to everybody here.
I know she's going to
same thing with when you deny something. When someone's like, you said this, and it's like, I know I said, like, if you, Phoebe, came to me and you're like, Caroline, you said this. It's on the podcast. You said it. Everyone heard it. And I'd be like, no, I didn't. It's kind of so funny to be like, Phoebe, no, I didn't. And it's like, let me play it for you. That's not, I don't know what that is. It's not me. Like, you just, like, double the fuck down and be like, I didn't say that to you. No, I didn't. Or be like, oh, she actually said this to me. And it's like, I feel like I see it happen on Housewives all the time where they're like, oh, they'll, like, take something they said to someone and they're like, no, they said that to me. And
they're right there. They're like, no, I didn't.
And they're like, yes, you did.
Bethany was having a conversation with Ramona about Carol, and Ramona said, it's kind of like you think she's like a puppet. And
it's kind of like you think she's like a puppet.
And then
Phoebe, that was
Ramona goes to Carol and says, you know, Bethany said you were kind of like a puppet.
No, the only thing that would make that better is if Bethany was in the room when Ramona said
and
that.
Then no, but then
I think that's electric.
It's all at, like, the same party. And then Carol goes up to Bethany and says, did you say I was like a puppet? Bethany's like, no.
And he's like, I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, Carol. I do think you're kind of a puppet. I didn't say that. I do think you're kind of a puppet. Yep, I do. Bethany needs to chill a little bit. Like, right now, I'm at a part where I'm like, okay, you don't have to fight with everybody about everything they say.
What season
like
are you on?
every 7. It's her first season back. The Berkshires. Like, I understand.
You sleep with everyone. You sleep with everyone.
I just was like, I think really like the dinner where like she like says something about like Heather being late and makes a whole thing about that. And then like Carol says something and she's like, why would you say that to her? Like, that's so like, God, honestly, you guys are some nasty bitches. Like, there's some nasty bitches at this table going on and on. They're like all sitting right there. They can hear.
It was hard when Bethany came back, I think.
Sonia's like, I promote people. I am a promoter, saying this about
you don't promote
and she's
people.
like, stop saying this. Stop. You don't stop saying that. Hey, Sonia, stop saying that. Don't say that again.
The Ramona stuff, it was the like, Sonia stuff she needed to do.
Boom,
it was hard that season, I feel like, because like 4, 5, 6, that group kind of got like when Bethany left and Heather came in, and I'm not a huge Heather fan. I grew to like her a lot more as time went by. But like it seemed like they kind of got into a groove, the 4 or 5 of them, and then Bethany here, though,
like, is
and then
she
Bethany
wealthy?
comes in, and she's like, I think she is low key.
Well, she must be, but I'm like, okay, then what's with like the granola like thing you're doing? You know, what's with like the side braid and no makeup in your confessionals? Don't do that.
That's her vibe. Holla. And she,
no,
but Bethany came in a little hot, I think, because she was like, I'm an OG.
Yeah.
And it was like, but there's already like synergy in this group. So unfortunately, Bethany, now that you're back after 3 seasons, you kind of have to like learn your way around.
Everyone doesn't really get you yet. So when you're sitting around like, wow, these are some nasty bitches. Like I mean, oh my God, like these girls, Jesus Christ.
You're not in your confessional
they're all there. Yeah, exactly. It was just like, she like, I don't know. I just felt like it was like a lot of like combative energy at once to like anybody who was there.
I agree.
And so, but at the end of the day, I fucking love her. Like, honestly, sorry, I do. But I haven't gotten to all the stuff, but I do enjoy her on the show.
To round out Big Brother, so basically today, Devins was able to start flipping the vote so that they would get Chuck out instead of Haley because they think Haley is the better competitor. And it's like, let's get the weak link out now.
That's masterful, honestly. Haley's able to do that in one day, and it worked.
It's like another week of a target, an easier target, because nobody
unified
fucking
house.
likes her.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. It is a very good point.
And so Haley is the only vote for Chuck to stay. Kamu voted for Chuck to go.
Was Haley surprised?
I don't think
she was the only vote, or does she know?
I don't think she was super surprised. We didn't get a ton of aftermath.
But she thinks it's because they want her to stay, which is hilarious.
Yes. Well, no, because she, yeah, you're right. I was annoyed that she won.
Yeah.
Blockbuster. I just didn't like want that. But
forgot that. One other thing though, before we like wrap up. Sorry, did you have anything else to say about Big Brother? Because this is not Big Brother.
All I have to say is that we're going through a freaking heat wave right now, and I am like, my clothes are soaking wet right now.
From sweat?
I'm soaking wet.
Dude, I understand.
It's 100. It's like 100 degrees.
We've been not going through like a heat wave, but we've been going through like a torrential downpour and thunderstorm week. Every single day this week, there has been like a crazy thunderstorm. Like, house is shaking. I thought a helicopter was landing in my front yard. Like, I've never in my life heard thunder like this, lightning like every single night. And it is so humid. And every single night I've been in the unair conditioned barn dancing, and actually like I'm soaking fucking wet at the end of the night. And I'm like, it's the mugginess of it is so bad. But I mean, that heat is horrific, but at least it's still been like 90 degrees and on top of it, so humid and raining. And it's like the rain should be cooling it down. And Drama like does this thing where he like will not go outside if it's raining. He's like, flash blowout. You know all about it, mama. Stop it. I don't want to ruin my clothes. He literally will not. Like, if he goes outside and he like feels one pitter patter of a raindrop on him, he's like, nope. He will pee as close to the house as he can and then immediately want to come back in. Like, I'm like, dude, I need you to go to the bathroom because I don't actually trust you as much as I trust Chuck. Like, Chuck would literally... Like, if Chuck did ever poop in the house, I'd never know about it because he'd eat it first, probably. Like, he would never want me to know. Drama? I will... Okay, I'm going to put him on blast for a second. Yeah, I am. He shat in the house this week. And again, thunderstorm week. Like, he will refuse to go. Like, he will not go out. And I take a shower, come out of the shower, look down the steps, poop, 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 like all down the steps. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's also like the physics of that.
Yeah, he was literally walking down the steps pooping, one on each, like a turd on each fucking step. So I like think I got them all. He peed in the dining room, and then he shit all on the basement steps too. Like, dude, are we serious? Like, what? And I'm sorry, you don't get to refuse to go to the bathroom when we take you out and then do this. Like, this isn't on us, babe. This is on you. You have been outside. Chuck is gone. You refuse. You're a diva. Like, I'm sorry, it's raining. When it rains for 10 hours a day, at some point you're gonna have to go in the rain. I hate it more than you. He also doesn't like mud. So even if it's like the rain is over, but the ground is soft and it's my I don't fucking like it. Like, he just is such a little diva. Anyway, one thing I want to say, and we're not going to spend too much time talking about this or any time at all, really, but Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is worth the watch. There is one episode out as of now, so now is a great time to jump on. It's the 20th anniversary of the Housewives franchises. It's really exciting. We've got some heavy hitters in this cast. I have to say, Vicki Gunvalson, complete and total star. I mean, from the get-go, you haven't watched, right?
Not yet.
Lisa Barlow is blown away by her. Blown away by her. It is incredible. I mean, first of all, they all go, they start at the OC because it's where it all started. And Vicki gives them all a bag, like, and they think it's going to be like a gift. And everybody pulls out like a bunch of papers. It's a life insurance policy application. She goes, you all know what I do. I just want to make sure you're insured. And Lisa in a confessional is like, I just met Vicki and she's like already like asking for my social and like my address and like my bank information, like whatever. I gotta like listen to her talk more to get it again. It's been a minute, but she literally every single girl there. She's like, she wants my height, my weight. Like to get a life insurance policy, you have to give like a lot of personal medical information. And if you want a policy that I'm sure they would need, anything over like $250,000, you have to get an exam of like a physical, like a medical examination. So she's like asking these, like, I'm just like, not you trying to get sales right now. Like, are we in the middle of a summer sales competition wherever you, like, what? I didn't even kind of realize she was still an active insurance agent. Like, that's so funny. So, like, that's how that started. And she fucking, like, freaks out at someone about something else. I can't remember. Teresa Giudice, because Teresa's like, yeah, I got into some like financial stuff because like I trusted my husband and he didn't like pay taxes for like 10 years. And Vicki's like, oh my God, stop talking. I cannot hear this. I cannot hear about this. I do not want to hear about this. I pay my taxes on time, no interest. I do it every day. I do it every year in full, done. Oh, I do not want to hear about this. I do not want to hear about this. She starts freaking out. And then Teresa's like, okay, well, like it's happened to me, not you. And Vicki's like, I think we're gonna have a little talk. You and I are gonna talk. I just want to make sure you got financial literacy. So I just think at some point during this trip, we'll just talk about it. And she's like, no thanks. Like, I'm like not gonna talk. Like Vicki like flips out about this. And it is crazy. And apparently in the trailer for next week's episode, Kyle tells Vicki, I feel so ashamed about my separation with Mauricio.
Oh, I've seen this clip.
He's like, I feel
well, it's not
so
gonna get better.
And we're not even actually divorced. And Vicki goes, you should feel ashamed. No, you should feel ashamed. You let a lot of people down. You let your kids down. You showed them that it's okay to just give up on something when it gets hard. You should be ashamed. She literally says all this to her. Like, and I'm like, honestly, work. Like,
there was a part of that conversation where Kyle goes, it's fine. Like, it's going to get better. And she goes, it's not going to get better.
I mean, Vicki is crazy. It's so good. I think that you will love it. It is all of our faves on one girl's trip. And then along the way, they're going to be Luann. Come on. Luann. I cannot. Like, it is just like watching her. First of all, she's getting ready in the bathroom by herself. And she's, I think she's sharing a room with Portia. And she's like, who was so funny too. Or it might be, I don't know. I can't remember who she's sharing a room with. But she's in there dancing around, getting ready. And no, Kyle's sharing a room with Portia. Anyway. Luann's like in there getting ready for an 80s party, like singing like this. And Giselle walks in and is like, what are you? She's like, I'm just singing. Like what? And then like said something about like, I thought you were singing like a virgin. And I said, Luann, you? And she goes, we all know that's not true. There's something about her not being a virgin. Like I cannot, like
Don't be so uncool. So why do you gotta be so uncool?
That's the next episode I'm gonna watch, basically, of Rhodey. Why you gotta be just so cool? Uncool? Don't be like, oh, uncool. I mean, this is a completely different animal, a completely different beast than the Luann, Caroline, like, the Countess Luann de Lesseps that I was introduced to.
The Luann you're about to get for the next, like, 4 seasons.
Off the rails.
Well, you've already met the pirate. Yes, because I was Aviva.
Oh, yeah, when she just like, when like, she's, hey, when she's speaking in French. When she's speaking in French. And Carol goes, still being filmed.
Carol goes, I woke up in the middle of the night to 2 male voices, and one of them was Luann's, and one of them was the pirate from last night.
Oh my God. I mean, no, and then Sonia sleeping with him after. I cannot. Like, you women must be stopped. Like, you must be stopped.
That's one thing about Sonia. She's fine taking someone's seconds.
Oh, she doesn't care. Sonia does. I mean, it's like Bethany does have it all right. She's like, I'm going to say something. She goes, I'm going to say something right now. You're not going to hear it. Okay. You're not even going to hear it, but you're not going to stop talking. You're not going to hear me, but I'm going to say it anyway. You have to stop. And she like, whatever. But it's like literally Sonia the whole time. Like, it's like she's having a conversation with the mirror. There's no one there.
She
like,
is just so delusional. Like she is like, she is so wrapped up in the life that she once had.
I know.
I mean, she is.
Sad.
I don't remember who called her Grey Gardens. This might happen when Tinsley comes.
Oh no, it already happened, and 100,000%. And Sonia goes, "Well, I honestly
liked them.
I like that. They were a very wealthy family. They were very well respected." I'm like, and Carol's over there like,
also like Carol's like, that's kind of my family by some weird math.
Yeah, you can figure it out. I'm sure. Yeah. But anyway, so it's really good, and I will be watching it. I think it's every Sunday night. So I would recommend you guys go watch it while we're waiting for Salt Lake. We did get our first Salt Lake trailer. Looks like it's going to be an amazing season. I think that's coming to us September 14th. So that week's going to be fucking nuts. September 14th, Salt Lake. September 17th, Clyde Hyde. Roll call. Clyde Hive, not Clyde Hyde. I can't believe Clyde. Anyway, so go follow Clyde on everything at As Told by Clyde and start rooting for him now. Be a bandwagon fan. Okay. You don't need a reason to root for him yet. You'll have plenty. Okay. So just
that's not
get on that now so you can say you were there. What?
Avoid being a bandwagon fan. Get on. A bandwagon fan would be like someone who like
this bandwagon right now before the show is airing. And don't worry, like you will be rewarded with riches, you know, like they're going to be people who become fans, but you could be a fan for longer and be there on the ground floor.
Don't regretfully be a bandwagon fan where you hop on the bandwagon later.
Exactly. Do it now so you can say you're a true fan. I won't tell anybody that I told you to be a bandwagon fan right now.
That is not what a bandwagon fan is.
Yeah, a bandwagon fan is when somebody jumps on the bandwagon, but they're not a real fan. What I'm saying is I'm telling our listeners to just start being fans of somebody that they don't know yet. That they don't have a reason to be fans of. And I'm saying, I'm saying once the show starts, you will become a real fan and whatever, but like you could be there from the beginning. I don't need you to lecture me on what bandwagon means, Phoebe. Just because you watch sports, I know what bandwagon means.
I just mean like if Clyde were to be a fan favorite halfway through the season, which he will be, and then they were like, well, now I want to be his fan. That's a bandwagon.
But I'm saying, like, we're talking about him. He's our fan favorite. He's our favorite. We're talking about like this, and we're saying, like, jump on the bandwagon.
Okay, sure.
Now, so, like, they don't have a real reason yet. They haven't seen him in action. When they do, they'll realize now we're not bandwagon fans. But, like, at this moment in time, I'm telling them to jump on the bandwagon blindly.
I suppose.
Okay. So anyway, guys, that's the episode. Happy Summer Fridays. We only have 2 more weeks after this in our Summer Fridays series. So make sure you're clocking in.
Well, to be honest, because of Traitors, aren't we just probably going to keep going?
Well, we're definitely, don't say that live on air yet because we haven't really figured out what our plan of attack is yet for that. And I don't know that we're always going to want it to be Fridays because Traitors airs on Thursdays at 9. So, and we're going to have like a ton to say about it. So I am like, but I don't really want to wait long. So anyway, we have to discuss it, but we're going to have a few weeks off for sure before that starts. But there's absolutely no way in hell that we're not getting on the horn and talking about Traitors and inviting Clyde on the pod, and he will come. So if you want the real tea, this is where you need to be. Spread the word. And yeah, do you have anything else to add? Thank you for listening. Go listen to our Gossip Girl recap from this week. It was a fun one. And we will see you next week. Money can buy class. Elegance is all my friends.
friends.
All right, and splat.